Hello everybody, Molly here. Today I'm recording this video on December 23rd, 2025, and it's been a heck of a year, and starting with last year, but I tell you, I am so excited for 2026. I'm getting ready. So today I wanted to share with y'all some old and new mini albums and journals that I've done for Christmas. And my goal is the next 2 days, I don't have much else on my calendar except enjoying the holidays and looking forward to Christmas. I want to print pictures and get them in there, do some journaling and all, and wrap these puppies up. So what it's a prelude to is starting in 2026, I'm going to be doing many more videos. And one of the series I will be doing is mini albums and journaling. It's my love. You know, I've tried a lot of other crafts and projects and things, but I tell you, my heart always goes back to paper crafting and mini albums and journaling and things like that. Whether I fill them up or not, and making tags. And they're just fun, and they let me play with a lot of different media and textures and materials and coloring techniques and all. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing in 2026. And anyway, so I want to get you started looking at some of the mini albums that I've completed and that I'm excited about filling for the next year. And I'll be discussing with you some techniques. But I also will be putting in the description one of the little mini albums that I'm going to be sharing with you, or little journaling things, was a gift but from a very dear viewer friend who watches on my other channel I have with my neighbor Kathy, which is Linen and Scraps. And we talk about cross stitching mostly, but some other crafting because I've got her into paper crafting and Tim Holtz and stuff. So, you know, we do a little bit of that. But anyway, one of the mini albums I'll be sharing, I'm going to give you some links to the simple binding techniques on that and where the papers came from, because I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love it. Okay, let me get started. Now, Anna Griffin, for the past many years, has done Create. And I don't think she's counting them anymore. I think she's just calling them Create. But in the spring, she does scrapbooking and card making. In the fall, she does card making and other projects and things. Anyway, I attended the one this past November, and it was expensive. Woo! But well worth it. The projects that you do, the time you share with others, the time you share with Anna, and all the material she sends you, I personally think it's worth it. But it's a commitment, kind of thing. But anyway, last year or year before, I'm not sure which, somewhere in the past, at one of the Anna Griffin Creates, she showed us how to do this ribbon binding on the edge with punching all the different holes and things, and y'all have probably seen this, and it's beautiful. Not something I want to do all the time, but it is beautiful. But I'm going to be sharing with you some much simpler things. But anyway, so this is one of the little Christmas journals that we made, and it is chock-a-block full with different signatures, as they call them. So I've got to get my journaling and pictures and recipes and things in there. But so this is one of the binding techniques. Again, I will not be sharing how to do this. I can put you some links on how to do it, not from Anna. You had to attend Create, but other people have shown how to do this and all. But she has dies that cut these holes, perfectly for you in one go. So that's a breeze. But anyway, so this was one of the little mini albums I made with the ribbon binding. Okay, another one. Now, I'm going to jump ahead. This is not Christmas. It's going to be my kickoff to 2026. I plan on making bunches. But this was one of the ones we made in class. Some of the papers I used. I'm rambling. Let me catch my breath. Okay, anyway, we received packages, and this was under gratitude. So she had kindness, gratitude, and I don't remember what the other word was. But very inspirational. So she was doing a little journaling. There was a gratitude journal. And again, she showed how to punch the holes, and she used different things and all. I'm like, oh, no. So what I did was, while they were doing that class, now my front is not finished, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. I ended up just making my signatures, which are the different, groups of paper you make in each, and putting them in there. And then I literally just wrapped, this is gold cord, around, let me see if I can find the center. See each signature it's just got that gold cord wrapped around it and then wrapped around the outside. We are going to be creating, if you join me, we're going to be creating together a little mini album next year, journal, that has this simple binding technique. And what I like about it is you just slip your, you know, make your loops of elastic cord or ribbon or whatever you want to use. Elastic cord is great. And you literally just slip your signatures in here. My signatures are not bound, so see how I can pull them in and out? And they're just loose papers. But you can stitch or staple your, or glue or whatever, your signatures together. I prefer just loose sheets in there. I am such a, I want to be able to change my mind later kind of gal. But anyway, so this is one of the binding techniques where we're just going to be wrapping up ribbons or elastic around the edge. And then what I've done, I just want to show y'all, this was some of the paper that we received this year in the Create package. All of the papers were just, if you are an Anna Griffin fan, or if you like really high level, elegant, vintage papers and all, and the paper, the weight of it and all. But anyway, but I just used a little lightweight chipboard, made my book, and let me show you. I'm going to show it to you more in depth later. But I used vellum for the outside of my signatures, which I just thought was pretty. I've already started some of my journaling. Made a pocket on the outside, pocket on the back side, so I can stuff some things in it. You and I are going to see this grow together. But I dug this morning because I was embarrassed to be able to show you a mini album that didn't have a cover. But look what I found. One of the things I love about Anna Griffin, all of her over the years, she uses a very distinct color palette, which is, you know, my colors. And so if you have something from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago from her, it still matches what you're buying today. You can coordinate it all the different colors. So in her card kit, she has these collages that she puts together. And they make slap them on the front of a card, and they make the most beautiful card quickly. So I pulled this from a card kit. Now see, this one says happy, what does it say? Birthday wishes. Oh, I'm having a big birthday in January. I'm going to be excited about it. It's a big one. Anyway, so I pulled this, and I'm going to do this on the front. And then I'm going to do some of the flowers from the kit, from this year's kit. Aren't they gorgeous? And add it to it. But I found a sentiment sticker that I'm going to stick over the birthday wishes, and it says, I believe in you, which is a great sentiment to tell yourself. You know, I heard a gentleman the other day, a psychologist, psychiatrist, just somebody who thinks he's smart. I don't know who it was. But he was talking about if you talk to yourself, that's a sign of intelligence. And it is a very good problem-solving technique that the brightest of the bright use. So I started listening to some of his other things because I'm thinking, well, I like what he said there. And it was just real fun and all. But giving yourself affirmations, literally out loud, is a good thing. And that's one of the things we're going to be doing next year. I'm going to be doing for myself next year. I hope you join me. But I'm going to be sticking that I believe in you sticker on the front. So this will be one of my journals. And I'm going to love it. But we're going to end up filling it up together and all that kind of stuff. Okay, not Christmas, but I want to show you that was another thing from Anna Griffin. Okay, now, when we go to making mini albums or journals, which I always think of them as one and the same. I used to have my channel called I Love Mini Albums, but because I do. But I do like journaling is a thing now, and I love journaling. So anyway, but back in the day, you can buy these little 6x6 inch squares, 8x8 inch squares, 8x11 inch albums and all, and make yourself some of the easiest mini albums ever with just using mini albums. So that's fun. Okay, I'm not going to show you all those, but it lets you use up all of your embellishments and pretty things, and it's quick and easy, and you can put it on your coffee table at Christmas, and everybody will ooh-ah over it, and it'll be fun. Okay, so mini album, just using a pre-done scrapbook album. Easy. We talked about the Anna Griffin ribbon binding, which I'll give you a link to. I'm not going to do it, but I am going to do the wraparound techniques and stuff with elastic and things together on some mini albums this next year. Journals, I think you'll enjoy. Okay, one of the next ones, I did this years ago. I'm sharing you techniques. This was a mini album I made. If any of y'all have been in scrapbooking a while, as long as me, you remember old K & Company. I miss them. I used to love their stuff. But anyway, K & Company was my favorite Christmas collection because I like turquoises and crimsons and things. And this one I made what's it called? Cinch. I think it's called the Cinch. We Are Memory Keepers has that little binding mechanism that's real easy just to close rings around and all. And I connected it to a chipboard in the back. And then this is actually envelopes with papers and stuff on top. So each envelope is sealed, cut open on the end, and then you can slip tags in and out of it. So this mini album is easy breezy, but look at all the different tags. There's my goofy, silly husband. Anyway, so all the different tags and things you can use. And also, we'll be doing some things like that. And with the cinch type closure, or, you know, an easy closure like that. But you'll notice instead of having the cinch on the outside, the wires on the outside, I literally attached it to a cover I made, which I love. So it's prettier, you know, to me on the end. So that's kind of one technique. Okay, now, this next one, when I talk about old, but an oldie but a goodie. Okay, so this is just ring binders. And again, I think this is an OK & Company collection. It is old as dirt. And I use chipboard pages, so it's not many of them. Punched holes in them and went to town making a mini out. Now this, I don't know if this is, I don't know who this paper's from, but anyway, isn't it pretty? So I've got to add my pictures to it. But a ring bound, so we're going to be making some ring bound things and all. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to next year. Okay, now here's one I wanted to share with you that a fan friend on my cross stitching channel sent me and Kathy one of. I fell in love with this thing. I'm like, how have I not known how to do this all my life? I talked before about just wrapping ribbons or elastic around. This young lady, fan, I love her, sent us this little mini journal. And can you see at the top and the bottom, you see just this little hint of elastic peeking through there, through these little holes. Now she laminated this paper, her outside cover, so she didn't have to use eyelets on her holes. She just punched holes in the lamination, you know, the plastic, makes it strong enough to where it's not going to tear. The video I'm going to share with you of another crafter shows how to do this technique, but she actually uses eyelets here. She made a bigger album, and she uses eyelets right here, which is probably what I'm going to be doing more of, kind of thing. And she punched through a bunch of stuff. She had a lace-covered mini album. It was just stunning. And punched through all of that with those eyelets and then thread her elastic through there. But isn't this darling? And when you open it up, now she sent this to us last year, and I have admired it. I put it out, but it's empty. I haven't filled it, and I didn't fill it again this year. And I tell you, this year, not to bore y'all with this, but this last 2 years I have been seen way more doctors than I planned on ever seeing in my life, but that's all behind me now. Yay, knock wood. So this next year, this Christmas, I was able to get out. I have felt fabulous. I have done more things this month than I've done in the last 3 years combined, and all gone to different things. So I'm going to have tons and tons of journaling and pictures and all to put in it. But I don't want to put anything in this one yet, because when she built it for us, you can see it says October, November, and December, or the different signatures that she's put in there. See where that elastic's running through there? Okay, there. See, that's where a signature starts. See, there's one and there's one. Okay, and so there's the elastic. So let's see, she's got, what is it? One. So she's got two signatures, is, you know what we're going to call them. So there's one here and one here, but each one has like two dividers in it, so it's more. Isn't this darling? And on the back, she has put an envelope, and in the envelope is the most stunning little pieces of ephemera and things. So it's like, how easy is that? And I love it. I love it. So I'll be sharing in the description below who made this paper set. You know, what Etsy artist has this paper set available. And then I'll have the link to the description, the link to the YouTube video on how to do this simple elastic trim, which I never lived to be this old, and I never thought about how to do it. Okay, and then last but not least, I want to show you, did I say last but not least on that other one? Well, forget that. This one's last but not least. This mini album is a 3-ring binder. I'm going to see if they're still available. If they are, I will put the link to them in the description box. But Kathy and I got to watch a Tim Holtz. I bought for her birthday. I bought her the Tim Holtz Christmas big package of ephemera and all kind of stuff from Simon Said Stamp, and we sat here together and made a bunch of stuff. Well, one of the things, if you're a Tim Holtz fan, you recognize that paper and these charms and that reindeer. This was a little wooden sign I got from, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I just slapped it on there. Some 100-year-old flowers from Prima or something, and all. But it's a 2-ring binder. And each one of the pages is just filled with Tim Holtz goodies. That is me and my sister and brother at Christmas at our grandpa's house. Whew, that tells you how old I am. Anyway, so each page, and then you can see some Anna Griffin ephemera. But what I love about this is it lets you they're in protective sleeves. There's me into snow back in the, late 50s. Ooh. Anyway, so I love it. So some of the pages are chipboard, like this one. And then I put, some of the pages are page protectors. So, easy. What I don't like about it, I'm going to let go. Because it only has 2 rings, see how everything kind of falls? So you need to be sitting down when you're looking at this, so it won't fall. But the moral to the story is, these are really easy to make journals, art journals, or mini albums out of. And also, I'll put a link for there. So, the moral to the story for today's video is I wanted to share with y'all some of the treasures that I consider treasures. Wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and enjoy the season. I heard it's going to be one of the warmest Christmases up north that we've had in decades and decades or something, so put your shorts on, get your suntan lotion out or whatever, enjoy the weather, but enjoy the season. Anyway, looking forward to starting the new year off with how to make mini albums, how to make journals, one and the same in my mind almost, because I like mixing pictures with journaling and all, and just using up ephemera. Because one of the reasons I want to do this is I have collected some treasures of paper crafting things over the 20 plus years that I've been doing it, and they're all organized and they're all neat and they're all ready to use. I am going to try to use up a ton of that stuff and make myself some things I enjoy. And one of the things that's urging me on is that big birthday coming up at the end of January is telling me, you better hurry, girl, get that stuff done. So anyway, and then another one of the series or so that I'm hoping to get done this next year, big plans, is when I say I have a lot of stash, I have a ton of Anna Griffin stuff. Love every piece of it, but it is way more than I could ever use in my lifetime. So one of the things I did recently, because I could do it in my bed or on the sofa or sitting in the easy chair, I took a lot of paper, stacks of her paper. So I got 3 or 4, maybe 5, I don't know, pretty 12 by 12 scrapbook albums that have the page protectors in them. Added some page protectors, so each one holds probably 30 or 40 pages instead of just the 10 that come with the books. And I put in there 2 pieces each of Anna Griffin beautiful background paper, and then I stuck in some of the 5x7 pieces or 8x6 pieces of background papers that I have or something I'll use for mats. I stuck in some embellishments and some flowers and all. So if you looked at the scrapbook now, you would just see the paper. What the hell? What the heck? Excuse me. Is this woman doing? It's just paper and embellishments stuck in these pages. But I'm planning on making a ton of scrapbook pages, which could also be framed art or different things, home decor or whatever. But my goal was I'm ready. I have no excuses not to get some stuff done. But if my Christmas season with my good friends here in El Paso and my gorgeous little husband, if they're any indication of how much fun I can still have, I think I've got next year's going to be a blast. But anyway, so please come along for the rides. Subscribe, share, comment, tell me what you'd like to see. We will be making some tags along the way and all. But I can't wait to see more of y'all, and I hope y'all are hoping to see more of me. And again, happy holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And whatever you celebrate. Adios.